Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ronnie and today we're going to do an update chit chat video about my Yoni Steaming business, as well as I'm going to get ready for school. Now technically I have school in about 15 minutes, so ideally I would need about 20 minutes to do my makeup, but we're gonna rush it just a little bit today, and I'm gonna try my best to stay on topic to give you guys an update on the Yoni Steam business. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna start by grabbing my products. I have like this giant makeup kit that my husband got me for Christmas. And I actually did a chit chat video over the weekend, but I was super distracted, and so I didn't want to post that one because it was too long and it was going to take forever to edit. So we're going to redo it. I'm really going to just be giving you guys, like I said, an update, and then also answering some questions that I got off of my Instagram. If you guys aren't already following me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me at ittybitty_Yoni, which is YONI. You guys can also check out my website, which is www.ittybittykittyyoni.com. For those of you guys who don't know, I am a Yoni Steam specialist. So what that is I'm someone who actually both blends herbs for people to vaginally steam with, as well as I throw Yoni Steam parties. Right now with everyone on quarantine, I obviously can't do that, but that's what we've been doing. I'm still selling herbs, so if you are interested in trying out some of my herbs, check out my site, or DM me on Instagram. I can definitely help you with either picking the best pre-made blend for yourself or helping you in customizing your own. But I'm gonna start out with priming. This is the primer that I'm using. This is the Milani Prime Correct face primer. So this is good for all skin tones. So I like to put on my primer because it helps things, be a little smooth. And then this weekend I actually got me some Fit Me by Maybelline. I have been trying to try this out forever, y'all. Like, I want to get on the wave of Fit Me because, like, it's an affordable foundation, because outside of that I usually use Lancome, and I swear by Lancome. Like, I love this stuff, but if I can find like an affordable dupe, then I want to do it. Let's start with like the update first of how business is going, and then I'll answer some of the questions that I got. As far as how business is going, despite us being in the midst of a quarantine, I'm doing still fairly well. One thing that I was a little bit upset about is the fact that inside of March, I really wanted to do vendor events, and actually I had the entire month of March blocked out for vendor events. All of my vendor events got canceled because of the quarantine. I think the very first weekend in March is the only time I didn't have a vendor event, but I had like 6 different events this month and I didn't get to take part in any of them. So that was really frustrating, just because, like I said, I was looking forward to it. What I've been trying to do for myself is set goals on a monthly basis, and all my goals for March were really wrapped around me being a vendor. So I was like, oh my god, like I can't even work on any of them. As you guys can see, the Maybelline is great. The difference between the Maybelline, which my color, sorry by the way, is 330, which is toffee. Wait, yeah, no, it's upside down for you guys. It's 330, which is toffee, but the difference between the Maybelline and the Lancome is that, like, the Maybelline, I feel like I really would have to build because the foundation isn't really dense, but that makes sense. I mean, this is a drugstore makeup, but I also like how it feels light on my face, so it's not necessarily a problem. But as you guys can see, like, I have a little bit of hyperpigmentation just from, like, some scars from acne that I definitely was messing with, that was not ready to be messed with. And so, like, covering that, if I really wanted to cover it, I probably wouldn't wear my Fit Me. I would wear my Lancome just because one time apply and I'm good. Whereas with this Maybelline, I feel like I really have to build up. I think. Don't quote me. I'm also not someone who's like super into makeup. I've been trying to get more into it lately, but for the most part, I really wore like the same type of face since I was like 14. So, or not 14, maybe like 16, because I don't even think I was allowed to wear makeup at 14. But, I've always pretty much worn like the same type of makeup style. But like I was saying, as far as my Yoni Steaming business, so yeah, not being able to go to the vendor events really hurt me, just because I was expecting to really sell out of all of my products for the month of March. Like, I really had actually only bought so much because I wanted to test out these vendor events, and like I said, I really wanted to give myself a goal of like, go hard, sell everything, and don't buy any more products until you've sold out everything. And I was just gonna really do pre-made blends at all of those events, and everything custom was just gonna be online. But because of the quarantine that did not really play out that way. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It's just kind of a frustrating thing, is not being able to, you know, work on that goal. But I was able to work on other goals, like my engagement goal. My engagement is really good, but also sometimes I feel like it's scattered. Like I think I told you guys last video, if I'm not constantly engaging with my Instagram, then I feel like I almost get penalized. And that's super frustrating, because as much as I want to spend all day on Instagram, I still work a 9 to 5. I still have school, so I don't always have all day to be on Instagram. So, you know, sometimes I just want my Instagram to sustain itself, but I get a lot of questions. I get a lot of interaction in my DMs, and I do notice that if I put up like things inside of my stories, then people are more likely to interact there than they are in my comments. Comment interaction is what I want to increase, and I think that that's going to be my goal for the month of April, just because I feel like I don't want it to just be between me and you. Like at first I really liked that, because I was like, yay, I get to be like really personal, and I still want to have that personability, but at the same time, people like to do what other people do. So for people to interact in my comments and to engage there, I think that that boosts my engagement a little bit more, because if one person comments and somebody else wants to comment, or they want to like the post, or they want to share it, and I really just want as much engagement as I possibly can. So if I just do a close-up, you guys can still, like I said, still see any of my acne that I've had, any of my hyperpigmentation, all of that's still there, but that's okay. We're going for more of like a really natural look, so it's okay if a couple of things are coming out. If I was going for a beat glam look, we would definitely use my Lancome, but I still like this Maybelline. So next, we're going to use my Black Radiance Concealer. I really like this. I got this past weekend too, and I ended up liking it a lot more than I thought I would. It's in the color yellow. Typically, I would have used my LA Pro concealer, but as you can see, this isn't really that bright. This is really more so like my tone once I actually put it on, whereas this is bright, so I want to make sure that I can, you know, do a little bit of the highlight. So yeah. Something else to note that has been going on with my business is I've had a lot of people who are reaching out who want to start their own Yoni Steam business. So they've been, you know, obviously coming to my last YouTube video, but they've also been reaching out to me via Instagram. And so I'm working on something so that I can kind of give you guys a more of a collective resource for you guys to kind of find all things that you need to know about starting a Yoni Steam business, if that's something that you're interested in. But definitely check out my store as well. You know, I bought products from other people as I was just kind of like figuring out like what I liked about it, and that's what I think you should do with any type of competition. Like, we're in competition, but we're also not. Like, we're also like a whole sisterhood. I feel like for a Yoni Steam specialist, like, you'll see me often give shout outs to other Yoni Steam specialists, because it's like we're Yoni Steam sisters in my eyes. So, you know, if you have questions, do not feel like you can't ask me. I'm one of those people, I'm really open. I'm not gonna be like, oh, like, this is my business, so you can't do it too. Like, no, like, let's share the wealth, sis. Like, let's get it done. But I also rather you ask questions so that you can get it done right. But like I said, I am working on a resource, so that's a new goal that I have for April. But I've been getting that question a lot. So I just want to make sure I have something for you guys that you can quickly go to for the answer. Don't judge me, my beauty blender needs to be cleaned. Someone told me if you use a brush actually instead of a beauty blender, it blends things better on your face. But I don't know what brushes to use, because I told y'all I don't do my makeup. So I'm just like, I don't know what brush to use. And I feel like I don't have the right brush anyways. So we're just gonna use my beauty blender. So I've been getting questions about that, and I've also, one of the things that I've been trying to like explain to people is like, you really need to do your investigation. Like, don't just start because you're like, oh, this is a wave and I like it and I just want to go into it. Like, I think that education is so important. If you guys have seen my past videos, you guys know like college drove me crazy. I literally was losing my mind. But I always tell people still that I feel like they really should go to college, or not even go to college, but like get some type of education, some type of certification. They have Yoni Steam certification courses, and I think that those are nice and cool. I have not done one personally, but from what I've kind of researched and looked into, they teach you specifically about things to do with womb wellness. And honestly, being a yoni steamer is so much more than just the yoni area. Like, yes, that is like the main piece of the body that we're looking to heal and help, but there's so much more. Like, different herbs can really interact with all pieces of your body. It can help with anxiety, insomnia, headaches, your blood pressure, if you have diabetes, depending on the herbs that you're using. Like, all of that can be interacted with, excuse me. So, you know, that's my only concern, especially if you are getting education from someone who like just decided, oh, I want to go into this and I'm going to tell people how to do it, but I have no idea what I'm talking about. Like, me personally, I went to school, I got my degree in health sciences. I took classes that did focus on herbology. I also had people in my life who were into holistic wellness that I've gotten a lot of training through them from. And then I've also always just been interested in the topic of herbs. So it's been something that's my passion. It's been something that I've constantly educated myself in before I even realized that I wanted to be a Yoni Steam specialist. So my biggest thing is that I would hate to see you guys go into something without the right type of education, and then, you know, that leads to you hurting someone more than you're helping them. One of the things that I used to do when I first started to get into herbs is I would only look into the benefits of herbs. I would never ever look into like the interactions or the contradictions, and like that's the stuff that you need to know. If someone does have something going on with their womb, like, it's more than just Googling and saying like what herbs are good for endometriosis. Like, no, it's so much more than that, because like what herbs are good for endometriosis but could also interact with medications that they might be taking, or like, you know, just all types of things. You never want to hurt somebody or cause an issue to be worse because you don't really know what you're talking about. When people ask me questions, I always like tell them like, I'm not a doctor, but this is the information that I have as far as like the herbs that you would be using. And then I'm very transparent in saying like, if I don't know something, make sure you're looping in your provider. I always do my forehead. I don't know if this makes your forehead smaller. I have a really big forehead. Like, I got a fat head, y'all, like a Rihanna head, but I love my forehead. I used to be so like self-conscious about it, and now I'm like, my forehead is huge. This is the Ulta Beauty Moisturizing Foundation Stick. This is literally like the only cream contour stick that I could find for making like the shadows. Oh, I'm gonna take my Be Small face tapered brush, and I'm just gonna like kind of rub this out. Like I said, I've been trying to use my brushes more, but at the same time, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna get better. If there's somebody that y'all are like, oh my god, they're like the best person ever at makeup, can you leave them in my comments? I've been watching Jackiana, and I'm not gonna lie, she's been getting me together, but I still have a ways to go. I really just started doing my makeup maybe, like for real, outside of like what I've been doing since I was 14, maybe a month ago. Not a month ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. So I'm a newbie, but I'm gonna get there. And if you guys are interested in having more herbology videos, like I can do that as well. Like I said, I've got, you know, a lot of knowledge inside of it, so I would love to share as much knowledge as I have, but I do think that you should become certified in it, or take like a mini course, just something so that you know a little bit about what you're doing before you start selling these things to people. So there's that. The next thing that we're gonna do is I'm gonna try to work on my eyebrows now. I have bushy, crazy brows right now. I'm not gonna tweeze them or anything like that. I was waiting on my wax kit from school to get in. Who knows when that's gonna be with everything going on. So we're just gonna act as if they're done, and we're just gonna fill them in a little bit to make them a little bit deeper, and then we're gonna work on our eyes after. So another question that I've been getting a lot lately is people have been asking in regards to the medication, like, do I stop taking my medication? First off, I am not a doctor, y'all. I will never tell you to not take your medication. Y'all are not about to get me sued. But I will tell you that if you have one that is only like, it's not a reoccurring medication that you have to take all day every day, and it's just like maybe you're taking it for a couple weeks, like antibiotics or something like that, you know, then I will tell you, you know, if you can wait until you're done taking that round of drugs, then do it that way for a multitude of reasons. One, different drugs can interact with herbs differently. This is again why it's so important to have your studies inside of the herbs, and not just kind of like say, oh, I want to go into herbology, so like, or I want to go into Yoni Steaming, so I'm just gonna start selling herbs. It's like really important to know, because there's different interactions that can occur. Medications. Well, we were talking about medications, like brain fart. This is part of what was wrong with the other one. Like, I had so many brain farts, but I think I was trying to say, oh my god, why can't I remember? Medications. Oh, I'll never tell you guys like what type of medication or if you should stop taking your medication. But if you can go in between when you're doing your medication or like when you're done taking your medication and then start up, then I would recommend doing that. The reason being is that, like I said, different herbs can interact, and that's why I think it's really important. And I really appreciate when you guys do reach out to me to say like, hey, like, should I be using this before you like buy your herbs, or like, can I wait it out, or can I do it now? Because I don't want you guys to like end up with something crazy. But I only have so much knowledge, you know, and I'm not a doctor, so like I think it's important that you loop in your provider with these different instances, because a provider really can, like, you know, if they're a good provider and they know that you're somebody who wants to put in some type of holistic wellness into what you're doing, then they're going to respect that anyways. You are going to have some doctors that are just like old school and they're not about like the new way of doing things. And, you know, if it's your choice to be with that type of provider, then that's your own discretion, your own business. But for me, like, I have to work with somebody who understands like holistic wellness is like, it's something that is a part of how I live my life, and like I can't just do things the traditional medicine way. Like, I need to have those other components, because I truly and honestly believe that they're better for me, or that not better for me, but not necessarily better for everyone, but better for me and what I'm doing. And so, like, you know, I want to make sure I have a provider that understands and respects that and can kind of work there. So I'm sorry if that was like a huge ramble, guys. I told you sometimes I'm like off my rocker and I be just rambling, but I think you guys get what I mean. Other question that I've been getting a lot of, let's see. Oh, so a lot of people have been asking, like, how do I know what custom herbs that I should pick? I tried to make it a little bit easier for those of you who are interested in the custom herb option. So what I did is, if you go to the custom area inside of my site, you'll actually be able to choose the benefit that you're looking for, or the herb. And then of course, when you're doing custom, you have to type in things. So it also tells you to like put in any allergies that you might have, so I can make sure I'm not giving you something that you're gonna have a reaction with or anything like that. But yeah, so that's pretty much how you would do it. If you go to custom, I think it actually tells you to choose your benefit first, and then afterward it tells you to choose the herb. You don't have to choose both. You can choose just the benefit or just the herbs, but that's how you would go about it. I told myself I was not going to do translucent powder because I don't want a matte look, and look at me. I'm so used to doing it that I just like can't help myself. Something that I think is also really important if you're interested in going to the Yoni Steaming world is like, why do you want to go into it? Like, again, like, are you going into it because it's the new wave? Like, it's not really a new wave. Yoni Steaming has been around for a long time, and that's what I try to explain to people. Like, it's been here. Like, you just learned about it. But if you're going into it just to, you know, try to make money as a new wave, I don't think it's for you. Like, there's so much that comes with Yoni Steaming, like learning about the different herbs and stuff. Like, it's no joke. Like, you really got to know your stuff. You can learn it, but I think you're gonna not be as interested in it as if you were doing something that you actually are interested in doing. Like, holistic wellness is my passion. It's something that I switched up my whole entire career for, because I wanted to go into. It's something I care about. Figure out why you want to go into Yoni Steaming. Really figure that out, then pick your education and go from there. Alright guys, so next we're gonna do my eyes. This is actually my favorite part of doing my makeup. It's just so much fun doing my eyes lately. Again, I am still learning my brushes, so don't come for me in the comments if I'm using the wrong brushes, y'all. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning. This is the Revelation Patricia Bright palette. I love this palette. I love Patricia Bright. I would love to support anything that she does. So when I went to Ulta and I found her palette, I was like, yes, I need to get in this and purchase it. And I'm pretty sure I literally only went to Ulta for lashes, and I ended up leaving Ulta with like $200 worth of stuff. It was a problem. I have such a problem. And I went for my birthday too, so I'm gonna finish up this look and then we're gonna wrap up and I'll give you guys kind of like the go away. But yes, I hope that those tips were really helpful for you guys. I definitely want to do more videos, probably talk a little bit more about Yoni Steaming. I can teach you guys a little bit about herbology if you're interested. Just kind of let me know in the comments down below what you guys are interested in, and I can definitely make sure that I create some videos for you guys. So we're gonna just go. I'm gonna show you guys, but I'm gonna speed up this part of the video, hopefully, if I can figure it out. But yeah guys, have a good one and let's get this done. Okay guys, that's everything. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Make sure to give me a thumbs up. Again, leave comments down below if there's anything that you guys do want to know more about for the Yoni Steam world or herbology. Make sure you guys are also following me on Instagram at ittybittykitty_Yoni. That's YONI. And check out my site at www.ittybittykittyoni.com. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Love you. See you later. Bye.